Okay, so there's been many instances where people have had backfires, been seriously injured, or destroyed their weapons because they didn't either take it apart correctly or clean it correctly. Alright? If you're ever going to own a weapon, or already own one, it's definitely important to understand how to do these steps properly. I was a Marine for 8 years and I have extensive knowledge on it. I've taught countless Marines on how to put it back together properly, but I've still seen far too many bad things happen. Alright, so first I'm going to show you how to do it all. I'm going to show you how to take it apart, clean it, put it back together. Alright, the first thing you want is you want the proper materials. I like simple Q-tips, a wire brush, a simple brush with some CLP. Alright, now according to the Box of Truth, there's plenty of ways to do this, but this is the way I like to do it. Alright, first, pull back the charging handle, make sure it's on safe and there's no rounds in chamber. Alright, next, you're going to want to push the pins in on this side. Make sure they're pulled out all the way. And it separates the upper receiver from the lower receiver. I like to start with the lower receiver first. Push this pin in. And you're going to want to pull the buffer and the buffer spring out. Just do a quick wipe down on it. Just make sure there's no dirt or anything like that and you'll be good to go. Alright. Second, just get a good clean in, wipe it down really well. You don't want any dirt in here in the magazine well, because then it could cause a jam with the actual magazine, either not letting it go all the way in or not releasing it, okay? And on underneath here, take it off safe, pull the trigger, make sure it's good right there. All right, push it back down and you're good to go. Then just put the buffer spring back in and you're good to go. All right, next, with the up receiver, you're gonna wanna pull the charging handle back, pull out the bolt pairing group and the charging handle and do a quick scrub. Alright, you want to get the brush, scrub it up and down real quick. Usually it takes me about 30 minutes to do, but I'm going to do it pretty quick for you guys. Alright, just make sure there's no dust on anything, no dirt, no carbon. You want to get all that out. Next, you're going to want to scrub inside the chamber. Make sure it's all clean. Use plenty of CLP to make sure there's nothing left. Alright, wipe it down. Use a little Q-tips for all the little nook and crannies in there. See how it's a little dirty? It's because I just took it firing. Alright, next, you're going to want to get the snake brush, push it all the way through, wrap it around your hand, and pull it out. You want to do this about 3 or 4 times, and then you want to put this one right here, looks like a little needle with the cloth in it, pull it through about 3 or 4 times, make sure it's completely clean, and you'll be good to go. Next, you're going to want to take the bolt carrying group apart. There's a little pin right here. You're going to want to pull that out first. Then it releases the firing pin. Now, pull out the locking mechanism, pull out the gasket, and you're good to go. Alright, now you definitely want to scrub this down with some good CLP. Make sure it's really lubricated so you don't have any jams. Alright, now wipe it down. Everything else is pretty simple. Just a quick wipe. The firing pin doesn't need much. The locking mechanism. For the gasket itself, you're going to want to scrub it just a little bit. Make sure it's pretty clean. All carbon's off. Alright. So now you're basically going to put it back together the exact same way you put it. You're going to put it back together the way you took it apart. Alright. So you push it in. There's 2 holes. You want to make sure the fatter hole is facing up. Push it right through, turn it sideways, and you're good to go. Now, you're going to want to flip it around. Make sure the pin is down. Put it into this hole, and it'll slide right in. Now, the last part of it, you want to put that little pin back into the fat hole. There's 2 sides. Make sure it goes into the fat side. Alright, flick it. You're good to go. Make sure it's completely out. Get your charging handle, see the grooves. You want to slide that in. Sometimes it takes a little while, but you'll be able to get it. Alright, make sure it's out. Put it through. And it'll slide right in. Next, put it together. Make sure you squeeze it tight. Push the pins in. Okay? Now, according to the U.S. Marine Corps Technical Manual, you got to do a function check every single time you put it back together. To do that, pull it down 3 times, make sure it's good, take it off safe, pull the trigger, and hold it. Pull it, let go, and repeat. If you hear the clicking sound, it's good to go. Alright? So this is basically how you do it quickly. Alright? You make sure you put it back on safe and you're good to go. Make sure you're doing all this correctly because a lot of bad things can happen. Alright?